These are individuals of great integrity, individuals just like you have on the dais this morning. In that distinguished group, you've got a former Attorney General, Mo Casey. You've got the former Director of the FBI, good friend Louis Freeh. You've got the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Peter Pace. You've got the former Ambassador for Counterterrorism in the State Department, Ambassador Dale Daly, that's here this morning. And, of course, all those on the dais here today. These are individuals of great integrity. They're individuals of great ethics. They're individuals that you couldn't buy their support if you tried, unless they firmly believed that it was the right thing to do. And that is why each of them do it. That is why they have fought so hard, and I would even say valiantly in many cases, to try to make sure that the MEK is taken off the list, not tomorrow, but today. 65 days and counting. We in the U.S. disarmed the residents of Camp Ashraf in 2003 in exchange for guaranteeing them protection under the Fourth Geneva Protocol. That has not changed, although we have turned the area that the Camp Ashraf is located in over to the Iraqi government. We still maintain responsibility for providing that protection. Fact. In April of this year, we all stood by, the U.S. stood by, as the Maliki forces entered the camp and killed 34 residents while injuring scores of others, hundreds of others. And that was in spite of our promise, in spite of our commitment, and in spite of having our military forces that were close by at the time. Fact. The U.S. continues to provide the Iraqi government with billions of dollars in aid each year. And to say that we don't have the means to influence the Iraqi government because we don't have troops there anymore is an outright lie. We have means to influence. We have many tools in our national kit bag, if you will. We've got diplomatic, political, military, informational, and yes, economic. And the fact is, we should be using our economic tool to try to ensure that we guarantee protection for those in Camp Ashraf. If we don't, we need to stop pouring billions of dollars in aid each year into a rat hole if we don't have any influence whatsoever. We have a very powerful tool in this nation, our economic tool. We have to have the political and diplomatic courage to use that tool. That means that we have to have action from both Secretary of State as well as ultimately from President Obama. Fact. The Iranian government is the most dangerous terrorist exporting nation in the world today. I don't think anyone would deny that. Even the most liberal personnel around would have to tell you that that's a true statement. We know, if Director Freeh were here, he could testify to the fact they were responsible for the Khobar Tower bombing that killed a number of Americans. And most recently, bringing it right up to speed, the trying to blow up the Saudi ambassador right here in our nation's capital, right under the State Department's nose. Fact. The Secretary of Defense, Secretary Panetta, has recently spoken out, warning the Iranians about their involvement in military operations around the world. Fact. We've got a bipartisan congressional resolution that has gone to the Secretary of State, encouraging her to remove the MEK from the FTO list. That's very significant because we all know how hard it is to get anything that is bipartisan, non-parochial, if you will, in this town passed, and it went over. Fact. Mrs. Rajavi, the charismatic and fearless leader of and president-elect of the MEK, has a 10-point program that would ensure that the people of Iran would enjoy the same rights, privileges, and freedoms that other democratic, loving nations around the globe experience.